Ladies and gentlemen, hello, and you are watching TTV News, some latest events in the province. And now coming to details. Ladies and gentlemen, on the afternoon of June 3rd, Secretary of the Brussels Party Committee, Chairman of the Brussels People Council Women Home, and delegates of the Brussels People Council and Goyal District had a meeting with voters of Thanh Commune before the meeting for the two-level People Council.
At the meeting, the voters were informed of the results of the four most recent thematic meetings of the Provincial People's Council and the expected agenda for the 21st and 22nd meeting of the Provincial People's Council. At this meeting, many voters were very concerned about the recent blockage of the flow of the Vam Gorong River. Voters said that the cause could due to the fishiness on many sections of the river, which led to the water having been blocked, restricting the flow of the flow and making the flooding affecting the people's crop cultivation, and request the relevant agencies to conduct inspections and handle the situation. At the meeting, the voters were also informed by the People's Council delegation about the important issues of their province in recent past and in the future.
At the meeting with warm voters, acting chairman of the Provincial People's Committee Nguyễn Hồng Thanh, together with the delegation of the Provincial People's Council and TayNinhTV, recorded many opinions of voters related to traffic planning in the world. The issue of collecting people's opinions on amending the 2013 Constitution deserves the work of arranging and streamlining the apparatus, building a two-level local government. Regarding the voters' recommendations, Vice Chairman of TayNinhTV People's Committee Nguyễn Trung Hiếu said that immediately after completing the arrangement of administrative units, the documents on traffic planning will be transferred to the new administrative unit after the merger for timely and effective implementation.
And in the meeting with the voters of Tay Commune, Mr. Nguyễn Đại Thi, member of Provincial Party Committee Standing Committee, Senate Vice Chairwoman of the Provincial People's Council, and delegates of the Hoa Thanh Thao People's Council recorded many opinions revolving around issues such as recommending local authorities to speed up the construction progress of traffic works in the area, improving the efficiency of administrative procedures settlement for the people, fighting and resolutely handling poor quality goods, counterfeit goods and goods of unknown origin. In addition, the voters of the commune gave their opinions to the relevant agencies to inform them about the roadmap for merging hamlets and neighborhoods, and after rearranging the organizational apparatus, arranging administrative units and organizing the two-level local governments.
In order to ensure that the temporary entrance exam for the 2025-2026 school year is organized seriously, safely, and in accordance with regulation, the TayNinhTV Department of Education and Training has mobilized nearly 2,000 staff, teachers, and employees to participate in serving the exam.
Of these, nearly 1,600 staff, teachers, and employees directly participate in exam supervision at exam councils across the province. The rest are the exam marking force carefully selected to ensure proper expertise and professional qualities. In addition to the education sector, related units such as police, health, electricity, etc. are also arranged to be on duty at the exam sites. Teams for security, emergency medical care, and electrical troubleshooting have been established to respond rapidly to any arising situations, contributing to ensuring the exam is safe and fair for all candidates.
Ladies and gentlemen, in addition to the support of teachers and families for the temporary entrance exam, there is also a youth union force in the exam support team that enthusiastically supported the candidate to complete the important exam well.
Recorded in the afternoon of June the 3rd, the first exam section of the 10th entrance exam for the 2025-2026 school year. At the exam site, the exam atmosphere was serious in accordance with the regulations. The candidates arrived at the exam site on time with a stable mindset. At TayNinhTV High School in Thanh City, where nearly 500 candidates registered to take the exam. The exam school work was quite exciting, with a team of 20 union members and the young people enthusiastically supporting the candidates. The school youth union has mobilized the manufacturers to buy the water to prepare to support the children and the people. Secondly, the school has mobilized companies to buy cakes to prepare for the exam season relay. In addition, the school youth union has also prepared 10 cars to support the candidates during the exam period, and if they need support, the exam section relay team will support them during the time they encounter their own days. For me, in the exam season rally term, I will only prepare a rally mindset and will always accompany the candidates in the exam with the spirit of, first of all, being voluntarily and the spirit of always being with you to be able to help you in some way to add strength to you. Not far away at the examination council of the high school, the atmosphere of the exam support festival was only equally bustling, despite the somewhat erratic weather. The volunteers were always on duty and ready to provide drinking water and pens and pencils for the candidates and promptly coordinate to handle any arising situations. When the candidates entered the examination room, the volunteers continued to accompany the parents in the waiting area, ensuring the order throughout the exam. Yes, our school exam support festival team has a total of 18 members, and during the preparation process, everyone was very enthusiastic and energetic. I also hope that all of you will take the 10 ranks and exam well and achieve the expected results. This year, 10 rank exam is not only an important milestone for candidates, but also an opportunity for the spirit of volunteerism and initiative of the young people to once again be promoted and leave beautiful impressions. On for a single count, accompanying the candidates to complete this important exam well.
Ladies and gentlemen, on the afternoon of June 2nd, in Kontum Province, General Secretary Tolam and the Central Working Group had the working session with the Standing Committee of Kontum Provincial Party Committee and the Standing Committee of Quang Ngai Provincial Party Committee on the implementation of the Central Committee resolution and conclusion on the arrangement and streamlining of the apparatus, administrative units and socio-economic development.
The General Secretary told emphasized that the implementation of the policy of rearranging administrative units, merging the organizational apparatus, streamlining the payroll, and building two-level local government is not only an organizational solution but also an institutional level. A reform post creating a new space and momentum for a faster and more sustainable socio-economic development. The General Secretary requested the Standing Committee of the Provincial Party Committees of Kontum and Quang Ngai provinces to thoroughly grasp the central policies, closely follow the local realities, and focus on leading and directing the synchronous and effective implementation of tasks. Along with that, the provinces need to be repositioned in the overall space for the regional linkage development, placed on the east-west strategic economic corridor connecting the Central Highlands, Central Coast, Southern Laos, the northeastern Cambodia and Thailand, and closely linked with the national strategy and the Central Regional Development Resolution.
The Minister of Construction has just requested its affiliated units to review and amend regulations and reduce construction permit procedures for projects with a rule 1 per 500 detailed planning or urban design. This move is to implement Resolution 66 and Official Dispatch number 78 of the government on reducing and simplifying administrative procedures in the construction sector. Accordingly, the Ministry of Construction requires its affiliated units to review on procedures under their management, propose reduction plans to ensure at least a 30% reduction in administrative procedure processing time, 30% in compliance costs, and 30% in investment and business conditions in 2025. The Department of Economics Construction Investment Management proposed plans to amend legal documents to reduce construction licensing procedures for projects with detailed planning 1 per 500 or in areas with a rough urban design, and promptly propose and supplement regulations related to unit prices and construction norms, especially for transport infrastructure projects.
On June 2nd, the first press launches of the 2025 season from Vietnam were eventually available in the French market, opening up new prospects for the country's agricultural export industry on the way to conquer demanding markets.
After only 5 hours, Thanh Hà and Hải Dương lychees were available on the shelves at the Việt Pháp supermarket. And to reach European consumer, these Vietnamese lychees have just gone through a journey with strict requirements on the quality, traceability, and food hygiene and safety standards. We expect that this year, with the active and greater participation of the importers in France, the total volume of lychees imported here will be able to reach a new record. And it is also a part of series of the efforts that the Ministry of Industry and Trade has proposed and assigned to the trade officials to further support and promote the market diversification, improve the adaptability to global fluctuation, and once again affirm the initiative of Vietnamese enterprises on the path of international integration. And this success did not come by the chance, but is the result of a long journey with many challenges and valuable lessons. In the spirit of contribution and construction, both the French and Vietnamese sides have tried very hard to solve all the problems from the packaging stage, the preservation stage, and the quality control stage, and the size and color of the lychee and many other things to try this year to maintain and promote the advantages of lychee and further develop so that the Vietnamese lychee is more widely distributed and popular on French supermarket shelves. And this effort to improve the quality has been rewarded with the positive feedback from French consumers. Normally, I don't like these fruits because I don't like Madagascar lychee, but this one I find really delicious. I really like Vietnamese lychee. In order for the Vietnamese lychee to appear on the supermarket shelves in France as quickly as possible and ensure such fresh standards, support for many sides is indispensable, and in particular, the important connecting role of the Vietnam Trade Affairs and the Transport Unit Vietnam Allies must be mentioned.
During a working trip to Europe, the Vietnamese delegation led by Deputy Minister of Agriculture and Environment Nguyễn Hoàng Hiệp had meeting with Swiss embassy, including the Swiss State Secretariat for Economic Affairs (SECO).
The meeting focused on sharing experiences and strengthening cooperation in preventing and minimizing the risks and damage caused by natural disaster. Mr. Dagmar Vogel, Director of Infrastructure Finance at SECO, said that Switzerland always aimed for solutions to help prevent natural disasters and improve the community capacity, expressed in her hope that the two countries will strengthen cooperation in the coming time. And at the meeting, the two sides also discussed the future cooperation directions, focusing on the application of the new technologies. In particular, Vietnam proposed to build an official memorandum of understanding on cooperation between the Department of Dike Management and Natural Disaster Prevention and Control and SECO.
On the evening of June 2nd, Da Nang City welcomed the first flight from Dubai with more than 300 international passengers, marking the presence of Emirates Airlines in Da Nang City. Flight EK370 brought 333 international passengers on a Boeing 777 aircraft to land at Da Nang Airport. This is the first flight in the regular operation plan of Emirates Airlines on the Dubai-Bangkok-Da Nang route, with a frequency of 4 flights per week, bringing the total number of flights to Vietnam of this airline to 25 flights per week in Hanoi, Ho Chi Minh City, and Da Nang. This route not only promotes tourism development, but also expands opportunities for cooperation in trade, investment, and economic and cultural exchange, contributing to spreading the promotion of Da Nang to the world. Emirates Airlines is considered the largest and most comprehensive airline in the Middle East, with great potential, flying to 180 cities in more than 80 countries worldwide.
On June 2nd, at the headquarters of the United Nations Educational, Scientific and Cultural Organization, UNESCO in Paris, a special ceremony was held to present the certificate of recognition to countries with the new geopark, recognized by UNESCO as UNESCO Global Geopark. Vietnam launched geopark along with 15 other geoparks in the world, was honored on this occasion.
This is the first time UNESCO has organized a Geopark Certificate Award ceremony at its headquarters in a combination of in-person and online formats, and demonstrating the growing interest of the international community in this title. I'm very pleased to present the People's Committee of Lang Son Province to receive the certificates of recognition of Lang Son Geopark as a UNESCO Global Geopark, and therefore we can see that Lang Son not only has the heroic historical site but also extremely valuable natural treasure, and it is Lang Son Global Geopark. And it is a milestone that opens up many new opportunities for the sustainable tourism development in Lang Son. At the same time, the province can connect deeply with the network of global geoparks, cooperate and exchange the experiences in managing, preserving, and promoting the values of human natural heritage for sustainable development. Lang Son's entry into the global geopark community will help to enhance the identity of this region and promote a dialogue between scientists, policymakers, managers, people, especially young people, who can find opportunities for the development, although sometimes it is not easy. Established in 2015, the title UNESCO Global Geopark recognized the value of geological heritage of international status. The UNESCO Global Geoparks Network currently has a total of 229 global geoparks in 50 countries, and geoparks serve the local community, combining the conservation of unique geological heritage and raising public awareness and promoting the sustainable development.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's all for today TTV News. Thank you for watching and see you next time.